Hi, here's a lesson on ways to create variations on simple guitar licks. Many of us start improvising by stringing together a series of random licks. That is a great way to start getting into improvisation, but after a while it can end up sounding kind of uninspired. By practicing ways of taking the same guitar lick through a whole solo by creating variations in rhythm and scale placement, you can start playing solos that sound more interesting. The lick I'm using in this lesson is this. I'm using the E minor pentatonic scale, and I'm starting on this note, and I'm moving up a note in the scale, going back to the first one, then I'm skipping a note. That's the phrase. If I want to move this lick to another note in the scale, I just start on the next note, do the same pattern. I'm going up a note in the scale, back to the first one, and skipping a note. I can do it here as well. Start on one note, up a note, back to the first one, skip a note. Another way of creating variations with licks is moving it through the rhythm. I can start the lick on the first beat of the bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, or I can play it on the second beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, or place it between the beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. In the opening solo of this video, I started the phrase on the second 16th note of the fourth beat of the bar, like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. I also added a little hammer on the last note. Then in the next phrase, I'm moving the same lick to the second 16th note of the first beat of the bar, like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I'm also adding a few extra notes to make it sound more interesting. Then I'm starting the lick on a different scale note. I'm starting on this note and playing. And here I do a slide up to another phrase. In the next phrase I'm using the minor scale. Here I'm starting on this note and I'm moving a step up in the scale, going back to the same one and skipping one. I'm also repeating the first note and adding a second note here. Then I'm adding a chromatic approach to the same notes. I'm taking the same starting note and going down to the chromatic note below and back up again. And then I'm playing a little extra phrase. Then the last phrase I'm playing is the exact same notes as the last one, but it's up an octave. And then I'm adding this.